Alright, so I am an unashamed and long-time World of Warcraft player. Not just World of Warcraft, Warcraft. I've played since Warcraft 2. So, and though I've been on and off here and there over the last few years, Legion definitely brought me back. It sunk me in, and now we are getting ready for the release of the latest expansion, Battle for Azeroth. We've seen Warbringer's Jaina, the first reaction video I made recently. Then Warbringer Sylvanas came out, and it set the fandom on fire, with everyone reacting for this reason and that reason. And then you played the moment in game where you finally burned down Teldrassil. Alliance players are horrified, especially after they have to go into the tree itself and start saving people, and you can't save everybody, no matter how hard you try. And Horde players are in shock, thinking, is this another Garrosh situation? What's going on? And we all know where this is leading. It's leading to the siege of Lordaeron that we saw in the Battle for Azeroth opening cinematic that was debuted at BlizzCon this year, or last year. So the Horde especially are wondering what's going on. How are we supposed to feel? There's this huge internal conflict that no one is really ready for. And then this happened.
Oh, Lord Sarfang. How many do you think?
Too many. There is no honor in this. They will come for us now. All of them!
My father, Hikazi. He fought with you in the Third War. He told me stories. How you could cut down 10 enemies with a single blow. This be my first battle. What should I do?
Don't die.
Yes, of course, but if I do fall, may it be with honor, in glorious color.
There will be no glory today. Only pain. You have earned your warrior's death, my son. Yet once again, I am denied it.
What are you doing?
Claiming what is mine. Go back. I said go back! Live another day. Go back to your father.
I can't. He's dead. The Horde. It's all we have.
So, you know me. Is that it? What I've seen? What I've done? Oh, give up, boy.
Like you? Live another day.
Without honor?
Holy cow, holy cow, holy cow. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So, amidst all of the turmoil and conflict and confusion among the Horde players after the burning of Teldrassil, after Sylvanas' choice to inflict a wound that she thought would demoralize and weaken the resolve of the Alliance, and make everyone wonder if the Horde was traveling down a dark path as a whole, and we'd have a repeat of what happened in Cataclysm, then this happens. It's like they planned it. It's like they foresaw what their reaction would be, and then they released this at midnight 2 days ago. So, as backing up for just a moment, last couple weeks, I've been kind of doing a chaser at the end of my streams, a watch, react, and breakdown of, well, World of Warcraft in this case, because that's what started it. But I want to break out and do other things too, eventually, see what people like. But for now, this. So, we start at the beginning, at... Oh, come on. We start with him. This is Varrock Sarfang, one of the staple presences of the Horde since the first release of World of Warcraft. He has been a fixture in Orgrimmar throughout everything. Not only that, he's also one of the oldest veterans in the Horde, and in the Alliance for that matter. He was there he was one of the first orcs through the dark portal in the first invasion, decades ago. He was there. He was present for the Horde's corruption and fall into demonic influences. He was one of the ravening, demon-possessed monsters that ravaged the kingdom of Stormwind. He was there for the pillaging, burning, and razing of Stormwind. He was there when the Horde tried to reclaim itself after Gul'dan's fall and push into Lordaeron. He was there when it fell in defeat and the Horde's lethargy in the aftermath. And he was there with Thrall to rebuild his new Horde. He's been there for Thrall. He's been there for Garrosh. He was there for Blackhand and Doomhammer. And now Sylvanas. He has seen the Horde at its best. He's seen the Horde at its worst. And now, after watching Teldrassil burn, after hearing the screams of those without and within the tree, he's conflicted, and he sees yet another war come upon them. He's thinking the same thing everyone else is thinking. Does this conflict end? Does this hatred die? And throughout all of it, he has fought and lost as much, if not more, than anyone. This scene right here is that loss. But as he looks out from the walls of the ruins of Lordaeron, the home of the Forsaken, and one of only two bastions of Horde power in the Eastern Kingdoms, and he looks upon... Oh, come on. There we are. The siege engines and towers of the Alliance army. The siege of Lordaeron is about to begin, and he looks out upon it with despair. But his silence is broken by the approach of a young troll. Unnamed, unremarkable, and simply referred to as by many as Sparky Boy. His first battle, his first major conflict with the Alliance. And here he is standing with one of the legends of the Horde, Saurfang himself. And he's trying to hold a conversation with him, but Saurfang is too lost in his brooding, his dark thoughts, and his despair, as his mind cannot get away from this scene. It was supposed to be an invasion, and it became a massacre. And even Sylvanas knew what it would bring. That the Alliance would not just sit idly by. They would come for them. And they all knew it. Saurfang knew it. Sylvanas knew it, in a way. But while he looked out with anger, she seemed to revel in the destruction. And he's thinking, is he following another leader into ruin? And throughout all of his years, all of his battles, is there no end for them? Is there no rest for him? Is there no warrior's death for one of the oldest warriors of the Horde? The only one who probably hasn't beat is Eitrig. But Eitrig is more of an advisor now. Saurfang is High Overlord, second in command of the Horde for all intents and purposes. And when the young troll begins to talk about honor and glory, it sours Saurfang's mood even more. There is no honor to be had here. There will be no glory to be had here. Only death. And let me take a moment to really just look in awe at this character design. Sarfang's look has changed so much over the years. He looked like any other generic orc in the original, but now those luscious orcish locks and braids, just incredible design. I love it. It's so distinct, so very unique. Thrall kind of had it for a little while, but then he went crew cut for some reason. Then he takes this talisman from his neck and tosses it into the fire, like he's washing his hands of the Horde and what it represents. And that's when we see the meaning behind this scene. The body he holds, that he is cradling, that is his son. Left behind on Draenor, kept beside the corruption that had claimed the majority, but he was safe. The father would go through the dark portal and the son would remain behind, safe, untainted, and innocent. After the Burning Crusade, he was reunited with his father and was brought into the Horde, one of the few of the Megar orcs to do so. He was given a command and sent to Northrend to fight the Lich King. And he did. He lived up to his father's name. He cleaved not 10 enemies, as the troll said, but 5 massive Draugr that had been sent to hold back the Allied Alliance and Horde assault. But then the Lich King took the field. In one blow, he struck down the younger Sarfang and claimed his soul. He took the body back to Northrend and resurrected him as a Death Knight, before he was finally taken down by Alliance and Horde at Icecrown Citadel itself. Sarfang braved those Alliance to claim his son. He nearly came to blows with the Dwarven commander himself. But it was King Varian that told him to stand aside and allow a grieving father to claim the body of his son. And so Sarfang cries to the heavens, warning them that a warrior is coming among them. He'd earned his warrior's death, but it hadn't yet been given to him. And so now, on the eve of battle, a battle that he sees no honor in, no glory to be found, he will go and seek that death himself. The Sylvanas be damned. The Undercity be damned. The Horde be damned. He would claim what is his today. But the young troll won't leave him. He follows him out, strips his armor, and Sarfang tells him to go back. Go back to the Horde, go back to your father, live another day. Your life is ahead of you. But he can't. His father's dead, died in battle. The Horde is all he has left. The Horde is all we have left, he says. And this enrages Sarfang. You know me? What I've seen, what I've done? And in that moment, all the pain, the regret, and the self-loathing that he holds with him over the innocents he butchered, the lives he'd taken, the cities he's razed, the redemption that he has eternally sought for his own crimes. But that's when the young troll gives him the talisman that he had left in the fire. Live another day. Live for honor. Live for glory. You might not find it, but you can still live it. And in that young troll, he sees a kindred spirit and the true meaning of the Horde. When Garrosh segregated the Horde, when he subjugated the trolls and alienated those who would not stand behind them, the Horde was shaken. It tried to heal under Vol'jin's leadership, but something of the identity of the Horde was lost. That the Horde could be fractured so. It wounded many. And those wounds haven't really fully healed yet. But in this young warrior, he feels that meaning, that purpose, the reason for the Horde's existence. And in that moment, the army of the Alliance begins to stir. The massive siege towers begin to move, and horns of war begin to blow. Live another day, he says. And Saurfang looks back at him. Without armor? So they sprint back to the castle, ready to fight another day and live for glory and honor of the Horde. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this cinematic and everything that goes with it in just over 6 minutes. In 6 minutes of time, it covers the emotional breadth of not only what the characters are feeling, but what the players are feeling. The Horde is wounded, but the spirit of what it is still there. And despite what actions its leadership may take, that spirit cannot die. It is embodied by everyone. And especially in that troll. The trolls have kind of... There isn't a great presence for them in the Horde. There's only maybe 1 or 2 characters that really that players can look to as inspiration. Vol'jin, but he's dead. Rakan from Warcraft 3. Others, they've kind of just been there, not really distinct. Otherwise, other trolls have been enemies. The Zandalari have primarily been an enemy faction. But here we see a wonderful character. It's a shame he doesn't have a name or something that we can further identify him with, which I want to both thank and curse Nixium, a YouTube personality who creates Warcraft Machinima, for pointing out that this character is the one that gets beaten into the ground by Anduin in the Battle for Azeroth cinematic. Here's this wonderful character introduced here that I would love to see and know more about, but he gets pulverized by the High King of the Alliance. Oh, that's just terrible. That is terrible. But holy cow, is this cinematic amazing. And I'm glad to see some character development for Saurfang in it as well. So, with that, I want to pass the question to you guys. What do you think of the cinematic? What did you feel when you watched it? What do you think of the state of the Horde in Battle for Azeroth and after the burning of Teldrassil? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I want to know. I want to talk about it. I want to discuss it, and I want a conversation to begin. Whew. Wonderful job, Blizzard, the cinematic team, the voice actors, the animators, the composers, the musicians, everyone who did anything to contribute to this cinematic. the Warbringers prologues and everything. Thank you guys so much. And with that, I'm going to call it